Namo Amida Butsu, Ryosetsu Fujiwara Sensei, My First Guide in Jodo Shinshu Teaching, by Reverend Josho Adrian Cirlea. More than 16 years ago, when I first met the Jodo Shinshu teaching, I was helped a lot by this teacher, Ryosetsu Fujiwara Sensei. He was already born in the Pure Land long before I came into contact with two of his wonderful booklets, A Standard of Shinshu Faith and Shin Buddhism, the Teaching of Shinran Shonin. These books, and especially the first, were a turning point in my understanding of the basic doctrines of Jodo Shinshu, and in becoming open to Amida's salvation. At that time, he acted as a true teacher, helping me to organize the information I had about Jodo Shinshu and answering some of the questions that arose in my mind. Also due to A Standard of Shinshu Faith, I officially became aware of the existence of wrong views, as he added a list of them at the end of the book under the name Examples of Unorthodox Faith in Shinshu. The idea of Amida Buddha and his Pure Land being in our minds was situated by him at the top list of heresies. This was extremely useful. It is a pity that nowadays he is not so much promoted in the international Sangha, but I will try my best to change the situation, and I've already done a first step by publishing online the complete edition of his wonderful book, The Standard of Shinshu Faith. If there is someone among my readers who has met Ryosetsu Fujiwara Sensei during his lifetime, I would ask them to please contact me, as I would like to discuss more details with them. Namo Amida Butsu. Introduction to A Standard of Shinshu Faith. A Standard of Shinshu Faith by Dr. Ryosetsu Fujiwara was first published in 1963 by the Buddhist Churches of America, and it contains a digest of the Anjin Rondai, Topics for Discussion on Faith, which is the doctrinal standard of the Nishi Hongwanji branch of Jodo Shinshu school. As the author himself said in the first part of the book, quote, "For the better understanding of Shinshu and for the prevention of unorthodox faith, the Nishi Hongwanji selected a certain number of special topics for discussion of doctrine and of faith. The latter included 30 topics, is called Anjin Rondai, or Topics for Discussion on Faith. The original is not so easy to understand because of its classical terminology and expressions. So the writer has tried to sum up the main points of these topics and rearrange them with the hope that it would become a helpful guide for those voluntarily working for the spreading of Shinshu in the West." End quote. As this book is now out of print, I thought that it is very important to make it available online to readers, especially in our difficult times when so many divergences from the Jodo Shinshu teachings prevail in the international Sangha. I know there are another online version available, but what makes this one very special is that it includes the last part, Examples of Unorthodox Faith in Shinshu, which was omitted from the other online version. The importance of this last part of the book is that it includes the idea of Amida Buddha and his Pure Land being in our minds, in the top list of heresies. As Anjin Rondai is a very important document of Nishi Hongwanji branch of Jodo Shinshu, it clearly shows that those deluded scholars who adhere to such wrong views have no place in our school and do not deserve to be called priests and teachers. I think it is a pity that this book has been somehow put in a shadow in the Jodo Shinshu communities, or that the last part with a list of unorthodox faith in Shinshu was omitted when it was published online. Perhaps it is not by accident that at the 15th European Shin Conference in 2006 in Antwerp, when I asked why Anjin Rondai is not translated in its entirety into English, a Hongwanji representative, Reverend Michio Tokunaga, answered to me something like, and I quote from memory, "Ah, don't worry about that. It's an ancient document, not important for our times." Not important? Why not important? Is it because it can prove that many scholars who gained their fame outside of Japan are in fact not teaching the true Jodo Shinshu Dharma, but their own personal ideas and opinions? Is it because it can help others become aware of the lies that have been taught in the name of Jodo Shinshu? Why some who received Tokuru, priest ordination at Hwangji, continue to teach unorthodox views such as Amida and the Pure Land is in our mind, in total contrast with the basic Jodo Shinshu teachings, Hwangji's official documents, and even the late Monshu, the patriarch of Hwangji, explanations? Why do they do this and are still wearing the kesa of our school? It is my hope that this book, together with my new The True Teaching on Amida Buddha and His Pure Land, and the instructions of my other Dharma friends and teachers of Orthodox Jodo Shinshu, will help people receive faith in the real Amida Buddha, live a life of gratitude, and be born in His Pure Land after death. The above introduction to a standard of Shinshu faith by Reverend Josho Adrian Cirlea is available on his Amidaji Retreat Temple Romania website, and the links are provided below in the description. Namo Amida Butsu.